This does what again, exactly? See things no one else can see. Do things no one else can do. Real things? As real as Lopan.
Welcome to today's show. My name is John. As always, you can subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, formerly known as iTunes, or follow the links to social media in the podcast show notes. So please subscribe when you're finished listening. You can also go to classicmovierev.com to read notes, bios, and other random movie thoughts. Okay, I'm really excited to announce that the ABCs of Film Noir is out. It's got 27 pieces of original art. There's a link in the show notes where you can go to Amazon and purchase the book, or you can go from the website and use that link and purchase it on Amazon. I really appreciate your support, and I think it'll make a great Christmas present. Today's movie is Big Trouble in Little China, 1986. This film has a solid 7.3 rating on IMDb.com, and Rotten Tomatoes has it at 82% on the tomato meter and 82% audience approval. I think it's a little better than that. Roger Ebert didn't really care for the movie, stating, "Russell plays the role as a cross between Wayne, meaning John Wayne, and the Harrison Ford of the Indiana Jones movies, swinging between laconic understatement and macho displays of self-confidence. It's a good enough performance, but it needs a movie around it, and a movie needs characters. That's where Little China falls short. Carpenter has allowed technology to dominate his stories. Since so many of his big set pieces look so awesomely expensive and complicated, and since the effects are undeniably mind-boggling, there's a temptation to praise him just for daring to make a movie on such a scale. But special effects don't mean much unless we care about the characters who are surrounded by them. And in this movie, the characters often seem to exist only to fill up the foreground." End of quote. I'm going to have to disagree. Kurt Russell was great. Not Snake Plissken great, but great. This movie is a lot of fun and an excellent kick for martial arts fans. Actors.
Right, and I'm a Shakespearean actor.
Great actor James Hong was cast as the evil David Lopan. Hong was first covered in episode 154, Go Tell the Spartans, 1978. Kurt Russell played truck driver Jack Burton. Russell was born in 1951 in Massachusetts. His father was actor Bing Russell, and his mother was a dancer. Kurt began acting in television, and by the time he was 11, he got a small uncredited role in the Elvis movie, It Happened at the World's Fair, 1963. Walt Disney signed him to a 10-year contract, and some of the movies he made during this time include Follow Me Boys, 1966, with film noir favorite Fred MacMurray, and also Vera Miles. The Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit, 1968. The One and Only Genuine Original Family Band, 1968. The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, 1969, which is one of my personal favorites, and The Barefoot Executive, 1971. It is at this point when most child stars would begin a destructive drug cycle that would eventually end with rehab or death. However, Kurt spent the early years of the 1970s playing minor league baseball. He returned to television in 1979, playing Elvis, something he would do again. Kurt was hilarious in the laugh-filled Used Cars 1980. He did the voice of Copper in The Fox and the Hound 1981. But then it was time for his iconic role as Super Warrior Snake Plissken in the thrilling Escape from New York 1981. Kurt was in The Thing 1982, a bloody remake of The Thing 1951. He was also paired with super actress Meryl Streep and actress Cher in Silkwood 1983 and showed the world he could really act. His next film, Swing Shift 1984, reunited him with Goldie Hawn, who he had worked with years before. The couple married shortly after. This movie was followed by Big Trouble in Little China 1986, an amazing movie and one of the best movies ever made. Yeah, I said it. China's in the Heart, Jack. What does that even mean? The Best of Times 1986, pretty darn good movie. Overboard 1987, funny. Tequila Sunrise 1988. Tango and Cash 1989. Backdraft 1991. Captain Ron 1992. Hilarious. Go-Rilla, not Gorilla. Unlawful Entry 1992. Tombstone 1993. Macho and Amazing. Stargate 1994, amazing. He was uncredited as the voice of Elvis in Forrest Gump 1994. Escape from LA 1996. Executive Decision 1996. Soldier 1998. 3,000 Miles to Graceland 2001. Miracle 2004, a fabulous sports movie. Sky High 2005. Death Proof 2007, I don't get it. And as a real stinker in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 2017. Kim Cattrall played Gracie Law. Cattrall was born in England in 1956. When she was very young, her family moved to Canada. When she was 11, she traveled to England to study at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts. When she graduated from high school at 16, Cattrall won a scholarship to the American Academy of Dramatic Art. Before she graduated, she got a role in the Otto Preminger-directed Rosebud 1975. Cattrall was active in the theater and television. She first came to my attention in Porky's 1981 as Honeywell the Howler. She jumped hard into the 1980s movies with Police Academy 1984, City Limits 1984, Turk 182 1985, Big Trouble in Little China 1986, Mannequin 1987, and finishing off the decade with The Bonfire of the Vanities 1990. She had a big hit as the Vulcan Lieutenant Valeria in the film Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country 1991. She continued in film and television until she smashed it in television's Sex and the City 1998 to 2004, and she has been the hussy Samantha ever since, including 2 movies. Victor Wong played Egg Shin. Wong was born in San Francisco in 1927. Wong worked as a newspaper reporter for the public television station in the late 1960s. He was briefly on Search for Tomorrow in the mid-1970s, but didn't really get into film until 1984 when he was in his late 50s. He had some ethnic roles such as Year of the Dragon 1985 with Mickey Rourke and Dim Sung, A Little Bit of Heart 1985. However, he was a star as Egg Shin in Big Trouble in Little China 1986. His career continued with Prince of Darkness 1987, Tremors 1990, Three Ninjas 1992, Three Ninjas Kickback 1994, Three Ninjas Knuckle Up 1995, and Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain 1998. Wong retired in 1998 and died in 2001. Dan Insanto played the Wing Kong Hatchet Man. Insanto was a student of the master Bruce Lee. Director John Carpenter put himself into the film as an uncredited worker in Chinatown. Story.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
Egg Shin, Victor Wong, is being interviewed by his attorney, and he's asked about his version of certain events.
What I'd like to do today is get your version of what happened.
Oh, you mean the truth?
The attorney asks if he knows the whereabouts of Jack Burton, Kurt Russell, or his truck. Egg says to leave Jack alone. The attorney says half a city block blew up with green flames. The attorney warns Egg, but he still wants to protect Jack. Egg says magic and sorcery are real. When the attorney asks for a demo, Egg makes sparks fly between his fingers. The movie jumps back to Jack Burton driving his semi-truck, the Pork Chop Express, down a lonely road. Finally, he crosses the bridge into San Francisco. He drives to the Chinatown market area just before the sun comes up. Jack moves easily through the market and is well liked. He finally joins the Chinese gambling game with the man he is to deliver the load to, Wang Chi, Dennis Dunn. Jack cleans out the table, including Wang. Wang gets mad and wants to go double or nothing on being able to cut a bottle in half with a knife.
Figure next time I'm down here, you just gang up on poor old Jack so fast he won't know what the hell happened.
No.
Sure, easy come, easy go, huh, Wang?
No! Not next time. Now.
Is this gonna get ugly now, huh? I hope not. Because I thought what we were here, racial differences notwithstanding, was just a couple of old friends, just both of us Californians.
Wang swings and the unbroken bottle flies towards Jack. Jack easily catches it and says it's all in the reflexes. Wang says he can't pay, but after the trip to the airport he will be able to pay. Jack says no and goes to the airport with Wang. They take the semi-tractor to the airport. Wang is going to pick up his fiancée, a green-eyed Chinese woman. Wang is crazy in love. A lawyer, Gracie Law, Kim Cattrall, is at the airport too. Jack starts hitting on her.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Absolutely not.
Well, then would you ever consider just jumping right into
Sure, but never with a person in your condition.
Let's talk about my condition. Just what's wrong with it?
You should try standing downwind where I am. It's Miller time.
And is bumped by some Lords of Death gang members. Gracie is picking up another Chinese immigrant. When Mao Yin, Susie Pei, comes through customs, the Lords of Death first try to grab the wrong girl. When Jack tries to stop them, he is met with butterfly knives, steel batons, guns, and kung fu. The gang realizes their mistake, then they grab Mao Yin. Jack and Wang try to stop them, but to no avail. When Jack is almost run over, he says, "The SOBs must pay." Egg is driving his Chinatown tour bus as Jack and Wang head for the gang's hideout. Jack and his big rig run Egg's bus off the road. They take the truck down a tiny Chinatown alley. They pass David Lopan, James Hong, who is dressed as a beggar. We don't know him yet. A funeral for the Chang Sing leader comes down the alley. Wang says they are the good guys. Jack sees the Wing Kong coming up behind the truck. They are caught in the middle of a gang battle. After the gunfight ends, the hand-to-hand fighting starts using every other kind of weapon. Green explosions start going off and both gangs run away. Thunder, Carter Wong, Rain, Peter Kwong, and Lightning, James Pax, float down from the sky emitting their selected element. Gunfire does not harm the three storms. Jack drives towards the three storms who float out of the way. After them, he runs over Lopan, who is dressed as a Chinese god. Lopan shoots a beam of light out of his eyes and temporarily blinds Jack. Jack and Wang run down an alley but run into a bunch of Lords of Death. They escape in another direction as the three storms kill off the two gangs. They go to the Dragon of the Black Pool restaurant. The uncle tells Jack that China is here, meaning battles from the old world have carried over to America. Eddie Lee, Don Lai, tells Jack that his truck was stolen by the Lords of Death. Gracie Law comes into the back of the restaurant.
What are you doing here?
Don't panic, it's only me, Gracie Law.
Great.
I just happened to be in the neighborhood on a dark and stormy night.
This is my neighborhood.
Eddie and Grace give parts of the story. The Lords of Death were just looking for a girl to steal and sell. We're not ordered to capture Mao Yin.
Look, this is as far as I go because I'm a dead giveaway, see? I'd go in there with you, but they know my face, all those slavers, and they'd want to push it in.
They send Jack into the girl purchasing place to buy a girl with green eyes. Gracie, Wang, and Eddie wait outside. Gracie meets with another woman, Margot, who is trying to get a newspaper story. When they find out that Jack is looking for a girl with green eyes, one of the hookers goes to check where they have Mao Yin tied. A green blob appears over the building and the three storms float down through a hole in the roof. Jack hits one, but to no avail. They capture Mao Yin and fly away. Back at Gracie's office, they believe David Lopan is behind the storms. Wang wants to go to the Wing Kong exchange that David Lopan owns so he can rescue his fiancée.
I'm going now, alone if I have to.
What? Where? It's pouring out.
Low pants, the Wing Kong exchange.
The Wing Kong Exchange? The most dangerous cutthroat den of madmen in Chinatown. You can't just waltz in and out of there
Like the wind. Yes, I can, Miss Law. My mind and my spirits are as one.
As two, I said I was coming.
I go with you, but...
I know, there's a problem with your face.
Jack and Wang go in pretending to be telephone repairmen. The others wait at the restaurant. Egg shows up to help the group. Jack and Wang make it to the basement and find a secret entrance. Behind it is an elevator. They start down, but the elevator stops. The elevator starts filling with salt water. Jack pries the door open, and they swim by rotting corpses. They are caught by one of the storms, tortured, tied to wheelchairs, and brought to David Lopan. Lopan is frail and in a wheelchair also. Lopan needs a green-eyed girl to lift his curse and turn young again. On the monitor, Lopan sees Gracie, Margot, and Eddie at the main desk. A different storm comes to the desk and says he can help the three. Jack and Wang are left in a room with some skeletons. Jack knocks his wheelchair over and gets a knife out of his boot. Gracie and company are gassed in the elevator. The storm brings in Eddie and Jack jumps him with the knife. They escape and get some guns. Lopan converts to his demon form. He floats to Mao Yin but cannot touch her because of the curse. Wang is a kung fu madman as he looks for his fiancée. Jack, Wang, and Eddie take the elevator up, still looking for the females. Margot is in a cage with other women nearby in other cages. Gracie is hogtied. Eddie and Wang try to trick their way in while Jack crosses on a pipe. As Eddie and Wang fight the female Wing Kong guards, Jack frees all the prisoners. The 5 escape by jumping in a tank and swimming out of a pipe. The 5 and some of the escaped girls make it to a central room. Jack goes up a ladder and they are back where they got onto the elevator. When Jack opens the door, a bunch of Wing Kong are on the other side. Everybody but Jack and Wang hide. Jack uses a gun and Wang kung fu's all of the Wing Kong. The group makes it to the exit and Egg's bus is waiting outside. Gracie is bringing up the rear and is grabbed by a red, hairy demon. The bus rolls away as the guards open fire. The people on the bus are happy until they realize that Mao Yin and Gracie are still inside. The furry demon chains Gracie in a room. 2 of the Storms come with Lo Pan, who is pleased to see that Gracie has green eyes as well.
What does it mean? 2 girls with green eyes? After all these years.
At the restaurant, Jack and Wang are preparing for war. Egg brings in some Chang Sing, and they head to Lo Pan's place to rescue the 2 green-eyed ladies. Gracie is put in a room with Mao Ying, and the demon form of Lo Pan comes in. Lo Pan says the green-eyed girl he will marry must be able to face the burning blade. The other group goes to Egg's place, and he gathers some magic potions before they take a bat pole into the bowels of the universe where Lo Pan is located. The Storms do some kung fu forms while Mao Ying and Gracie watch. Egg leads his crew past the blood of the earth. Rain performs with 2 swords and Gracie and Mao Ying each grab one. They float into the air holding onto the blades. Both women hold onto the burning blades and touch the pearl on the ceiling. Some monster pops out of a hole and Egg uses a magic pellet on it. Gracie and Mao Ying are dressed for the wedding, but Gracie is not under the trance until lightning comes in and reapplies. Egg tells his group that Lo Pan will kill the girls after the marriage. Egg has a potion that can kill the evil dream that is Lo Pan.
Are they real?
Yeah. Dressed for Lo Pan's wedding.
What's in the flask, Egg? Magic potion?
Yeah.
Thought so. Good. What do we do? Drink it?
Yeah.
Good. I thought so.
They head towards the wedding. The wedding is taking place apparently in Skeletor's hideout. A seeing eye demon finds Egg and Lo Pan can see them. Jack finally shoots the floating monster. Jack thinks it's a setup because it's too easy to get in. Wang finds a secret passage to an elevator. Egg lets them all drink some of the magic medicine he brought.
Time for the medicine. Cheers.
This does what again exactly?
See things no one else can see. Do things no one else can do.
Real things?
As real as Lo Pan.
Hey, what more can a guy ask for?
Here's to the Army and Navy and the battles they have won. Here's to America's colors, the colors that never run.
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
They feel pretty good, but the lower the elevator goes, the more the feeling wears off.
Feel pretty good. I'm not scared at all. I just feel kind of invincible.
Me too. I got a very positive attitude about this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
Is it getting hot in here, or is it just me?
They come out in back of the wedding. Egg says they have to wait until Lo Pan becomes human before he can be killed. Lo Pan sticks a pin into Mao Ying's arm and begins to change. The seeing eye demon finds Jack and company and lets Lo Pan know. Wang kills the demon. Lo Pan orders his men to attack. Jack shoots his gun into the roof and is knocked out by falling stone. Egg uses exploding potions. Lo Pan is still trying to stab Mao Ying and Gracie is fighting him. Jack wakes up and Yang goes into battle with Rain. The two do some aerial fighting. Egg and Lo Pan face off. They use beams of light that form warriors and fight at the end of the beam. Like Jedi, but cooler. The fight is a tie. Lightning comes down, but Egg zaps him. Wang kills Rain, and Lo Pan escapes with Mao Ying. The furry demon grabs Jack and Gracie kicks him in the testicles. Her and Jack escape into the elevator.
Where does this go?
Up to his office, Lopan's office. It's cooler up there. From there we can...
Do you have a gun, I hope?
have a knife.
A knife? This guy's 12 feet tall!
7. Hey, don't worry, I can handle him. I took something. I can see things no one else can see. Why are you dressed like that?
I was getting married.
They kiss on the way up, so Jack has red lipstick on for the rest of the fight. Lopan has become flesh and is with Mao Ying and Thunder. Jack starts to talk and Wang flies in. Jack always says, "What the hell?" Wang starts fighting Thunder and Jack throws the knife at Lopan. He misses badly. Lopan takes the knife and throws it at Jack. Jack catches it and throws it back, killing Lopan by hitting him in the head. Jack goes to help Wang with Thunder. When Thunder sees that Lopan is dead, he begins to swell until his body explodes. The two couples get away, but lightning is blocking their escape. All 4 escape through a hole in the ceiling. Egg shoots a crossbow with a rope to help them get up, and Jack drops a Buddha statue on Lightning, killing him. As the good guy team escapes, Jack finds his truck. They all get in and drive away. The police and ambulance are coming as Jack and company escape. Back at the restaurant, there's a big celebration. Jack asked Egg where he's going. Egg says he owes himself a vacation. Jack says, "Why don't you go visit China?" Egg says, "China's in the heart." What does that even mean?
Hey, where you going, Egg?
Oh, well, our work's done. Lopan is dead and the evil spell's been lifted. Years ago, I promised myself a long vacation, and it's time to collect.
Well, why don't you go on over to China, visit the motherland?
Well, China's in the heart, Jack. Wherever I go, she's with me.
Jack offers to let Gracie come with him. She refuses.
Well, last chance. I'm a rich man now. Give up the open road, sell my truck, settle down.
Couldn't have that on my conscience. The only way it might work is if you buy a bigger truck. One with a cozy little apartment in back, just big enough for 2.
Sounds pretty great. But you know something? Sooner or later, I rub everybody the wrong way, and...
God, aren't you even gonna kiss her goodbye?
No.
See you around, Burton.
Never can tell.
He leaves without kissing her goodbye in his recently retrieved truck. He is shown driving on a rainy night. He is talking on the Citizens Band radio, CB. Riding on the back of the truck is the furry demon. World famous short summary, China's in the heart. Hope you enjoyed today's show. I really appreciate you spending the time listening. You can find connections to social media and email on my site at classicmovierev.com. There are links to the podcast show notes as well. Remember, the show is completely free and independent. All I ask is that you jump over to Apple Podcast and give me a review. It really helps the show get found. Beware the Moors.